Welcome back to your hour. Joining us now is Hillary Zwetzig, the Director of Education and Outreach at Mental Health America of South Central Kansas. Hi, Hillary. It's always good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, we are going to talk about kind of Valentine's Day and heart health in a way. But first, I'd like to say from your guest that you just had on, so I couldn't agree more. Physical health, we have talked about this. Physical health is so connected to your mental health.
Yes.
And the more you move, the more you move. It's very, very true. And I will tell you she was talking about like if you can't necessarily get up and walk. Several years ago, I broke my foot. I'm a runner, and I broke my foot, so that was just really hard for me. And so somebody was like, try chair or exercise chair aerobics. I'm like, oh, that's just got to be silly. I can't. I go run 5-6 miles a day. That's not going to. They're pretty hard.
Yeah.
They really are. And they will get your heart, pumping. And so if you aren't able to do, and I will tell you, it's baby steps, just like everything. The first day, if you are able to go walk around the block.
Yeah.
And just keep building on it and just keep. You will feel so much better if you take part in physical activity. And it doesn't have to be a big, blown-out thing.
Yeah.
Like...
You don't have to go spend an arm and a leg to join
No,
the gym.
a lot of times my mom years ago, she started parking way clear, as far away as she could, wherever she could, grocery store, Walmart, or whatever, and just walked in. Well, right there.
That's a lot of steps.
Yep, that's some extra activity. So... kind of reverting now to the whole idea of Valentine's Day and Heart Health Month and all that. At MHA, in honor of those two things, we have created a campaign that is called Share the Love. It's a media campaign. So it's on all of we have Twitter and Facebook, and we have all the things.
X.
Whatever. That is not my area, thank goodness. But on our social medias, we have created something called Share the Love, and the specifics that surround that are that we want to create connections, spread the love, help people to, once again, look inwards, that introspection of looking at what is your mental health, and most of all, what is your mental health journey.
Okay.
Mental health.
So what do you mean by mental health journey?
That's a new term for some people. Some people are like, oh yeah, I get that. But for those who are not aware of that term, a mental health journey is kind of your own personal space, your own introspection of where am I today, where am I tomorrow. A lot of people want to consider that mental health as a kind of linear, either you're not.
Oh, well.
Not at all. It's very much like a roller coaster, curvy, windy country road, bumpy roads sometimes.
Yeah.
There are, ups and downs. There are good and bad, and not linear at all. We'll have days where we're just fabulous, and then days that we're not so fabulous. And we're kind of discussing off air a little bit how everybody has a little bit of all those kind of things. We all can have some anxiety. We all can have some depression. We all can have some characteristics of OCD or autism or ADHD or any of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But it's your journey of, okay, so how much does that affect my life? Does it affect my performance? That's how we designate kind of between a mental health and a mental illness. You may be struggling with mental health issues, but it's not a diagnosable thing unless it occurs over a period of time and it truly affects the way you're performing.
Maybe it's hard to hold a job because of it or something.
Exactly, or your relationships are suffering.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it can be extreme as you can't get out of bed. Sometimes you don't take care of your personal hygiene. So all of those kind of things can happen to any of us at any time. I mean, I can think of a couple times in my life where I had to drag myself out of bed, or maybe that day I didn't drag myself out of bed. But it didn't last for, a very long time, and also it did not necessarily affect my performance. So if you look at, are you not going to work? Are you less successful, less functioning, for a long period of time? That's when we start to worry about. So these are all part of your mental health journey. Who are you as a person? How do you regulate? How do you deal in social situations?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so on this journey, we want you to reach out on social media and tell us who has helped you.
And I think we have, up in graphics, I think we have those different social media websites up so that you can go check them out.
Yes, because you can go on one or all of our formats and you can like it, comment on the fact that, this is the person or persons who have helped me in my mental health journey.
Yeah.
It could be a parent, a teacher, a partner, a therapist, somebody at the grocery store.
Yeah.
When I say that, people are like, really? But it's those interactions. We've discussed how important it is to connect with others. So it can be anyone along the way.
Yeah.
Anyone that has helped you to understand yourself better, to emotionally regulate, to be able to look at things and say, okay, instead of, this is that thing where we talked about, I can't do this. Instead of saying I can't do this, say I can't do this yet.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's your perspective. And so anybody who's been able to help you change that perspective, help you look at things in a more, not Pollyanna,
Yeah.
but a more positive way.
Right.
Because your brain, we've talked about rewiring your brain. You absolutely can do that. So if everything in is negative, 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 that is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Truly what you're going to see. If you can look at things in a more positive perspective, if you can look at things as, instead of saying, oh, I don't so hard, if you look at it as, this is a challenge, I'm up for a challenge, let's take this apart and meet that challenge, baby steps, step by step. So it makes a huge difference. And anybody who has helped you on that journey is who we want you to put into our social media. If you go on Instagram or you go on X or Facebook, so like it, comment, my mom. You don't have to give us names.
Yes.
My friend or my teacher. I had a coach.
Or a
way
woman
back
I
when.
talked with in line at the grocery store.
Exactly. So you don't even have to give names. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. And the wonderful thing about this is, so everybody who does this, we are going to draw a random name out and you'll get a gift card.
Nice.
So you get a little gift card. But it's all about sharing the love. Showing that, this is, I'm here because of, and I want to thank you for that. So showing a little bit of gratitude, a little acceptance, and also it helps you to think about what else.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you start looking at things in perspective.
Absolutely.
Well, Hillary, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for